Hello. Hi. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Gina. I make a variety of content on this channel with the focus at the moment on reading books and comics, though you'll see vlogs on my lifestyle, just in general, art vlogs and writing vlogs. So it's a little mashup of like a little of everything that I do. Anyways, for today's vlog, as you saw, I went shopping. I went to the comic book shop, my local one, that's about 20-30 minutes away. And from there, it was comic book day. So it was Wednesday, not like the actual comic book day that happens in May. It's just weekly, they get new releases of issues. So this week there was 2 issues I was going to pick up, and then I also picked up like a couple of other things. So, that said, picked up 2 issues. The first issue that I picked up is Harvey and Ivy Life and Crimes. Um, this is issue number 3. I have read issue number 2. I think I rated it, I did 3 or 4 stars. I can't quite remember now. I want to say 4 stars, but I think I was a harsh critic on it because the art style reminded me of my own. So, but it's definitely more of a 4-star series. So this is the series that introduces how Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn got together. It's written by Erica Henderson, I want to say. Um, Written and drawn by Erica Henderson. So here's the cover. I believe that is the Joker, at least how he is done in this series. And the cover pretty much matches the inside, but I think the cover is done by a different artist, but it might not be. I think it's the same one. And here is how the inside looks. But yeah, so this is issue number 3. I read issue number 2. I do not own issue number 1. I don't think that's too much of a problem. I kind of figured out what happened in context clues, but I'm not going to give you more details other than that on what this series is about. The next one I got was simply the Harley Quinn series. This is issue number 58. So this one came after her birthday celebration issue. I'm not quite sure what, I'm assuming this series is just following along with her all of the things that she does. I know the last one kind of dealt more with them breaking into her reality, her like mental stuff, and that they were what were they doing? Oh my gosh, I didn't even read it that long ago. It was just a few weeks. Oh, there was this villain character that was telling her that there's other people making her life decisions and that she's not making her own decisions, but it didn't mess with her. However, it turned like other people into doing bad things. So I'm not quite sure what this one, if this will just continue after that or like what, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what this issue is. It's just following Harley Quinn. Let me get you a good look in the inside. Here we go. This is how Harley Quinn is drawn in this, and this is written by Elliot Cullen and the artist is Carlos Olivares. Hmm. Yep, so those are the only two things that I actually went there to pick up in the first place. And then I ended up staying a little longer, probably like another 30 minutes longer than necessary in the store, and I picked up 3 more things. So I got Saga Volume 2. Now, I am actually further along in this series, but they're re-releasing them in a smaller size, like an easier travel size version, and I've been buying them. They're also a little cheaper. Not like a whole bunch, but they are a little cheaper than if you just buy them at the full size. I think it's like an epic tale. It's like fantasy sci-fi kind of mixed of a star-crossed family fighting to find their place in the world or actually in the universe. There's like assassins, there's armies, there's like you're following, like I said, the family. So good series. It's pretty long. It's not even over yet. Um, but it's a long one, I will say. They had briefly taken a hiatus at one point, but then um got they started back up again. Like the hiatus actually ended, which is amazing because a lot of times when artists go on hiatus, they're never able to like make it back. And it's really sad, but you have to take care of your health. That's like the most important thing. So this is by Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan. Vaughan. So you see there. And then on the back, some more art. So that was one thing that I got. And then I also picked up at the counter The Night Eaters by Marjorie Liu. So I'm pretty sure Marjorie did Monstrous. Yes, Marjorie also did Monstrous. So this is by the same artist, but I think this one just drew it. Wrote it. Yeah, I think she wrote this, and then it's illustrated by Sana Takeda. So let me double check. Yes, so that's pretty cool. And it's I actually don't know what it's about. I just recognize the name, and I was like, gotta have it clearly. So it's also didn't cost that much. This was like 15, and you see how like it's pretty thick, and it's on nice paper. It's not like that DC Comics paper, but it feels more like regular paper. So it looks like we're following Chinese American twins Millie and Billy. Um, they're having multiple failures in their personal and professional lives, and they're struggling to keep the restaurant afloat. Looks like they end up stumbling upon a murder. Um, and then of course they're now into a nasty surprise. So there's terror, gore, supernatural mayhem that like enters their lives. So it went from like 0 to 180 really fast, probably in this. And this is also a series, so this is not a standalone. So I'm really intrigued with how this is going to be. Let me hold this like this so you can see the cover is gorgeous. And then some of the inside art. So that's what I got. Oh wait, no. I gotta get one more thing. So those were the comics that I got. I also picked up a book. I know, shocking. There's actually a book in a comic book shop, but there are a few books in there. I picked up a book before by Junji Ito, like an actual, it was like a memoir slash um analysis of manga that he wrote. So I'm actually in the process of reading that. Hopefully I'll finish it soon. But I did pick up a different book, Return of oh my gosh, Return of the Wizard King by Chad Corey. And this is a trilogy, and this is book number one. It's by Dark Horse Books. So I'm really, really intrigued by it, and not just because the cover looks really cool. So what was interesting was when I went to check this out, the comic shop seller that day, he flipped through it and was like, "You do know that this is a book with no pictures, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm aware." He's like, "Okay, just had to make sure because you'll be surprised how many people get shocked when they go home with the book and they expect pictures and there are no pictures in there." And they're like, "This is a comic book shop, not just a bookstore." But it's fine. I already knew that this was a book. So it worked out for me. And this is why you, if you can, this is why you flip through the book so you do know if there's pictures or not in it. Just word of advice for you in a comic book shop. So after nearly 8 centuries, the last wizard king seeks a return to Tralodren, but doing so requires the manipulation of a band of mercenaries oblivious to his goals. A dwarf and a wizardess. They've been hired by a blind seer and his assistant to retrieve some forgotten knowledge long hidden away in a jungle strangled ruin. So they all kind of thought they get in, they get out, and they'll get paid. But of course, it's never as easy as you would think. And apparently, they uncover like some hidden agendas, ancient magic, and power struggles that haven't been awakened in like centuries. So I think this is actually gonna be pretty good. I'm putting this on my TBR for the year, not for the month, February, but for the year. So we'll see when I'll get to it. But it sounds really good, and I think it'll be interesting for sure. And that's all that I got. So this was just a quick little video. I been pretty busy this week, so unfortunately I couldn't make a very lengthy one like I did last week. But I did get to make something for you guys, and I wanted to just share the haul that I made. I know some of you are very interested in not just what I buy, but what's out there to be bought by other people. So I just wanted to share some like a haul. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.